Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are here at the Eagle Ridge Outfitters for another day of trophy trout fishing. In today's video, we're going to go in depth on techniques and tips to catch trout during the warmer months and when you should be out fishing and when you shouldn't. So stick around and let's have some fun. So we're going to start off our morning throwing around that natural brown creek bug on a 1/64 ounce ball head jig, some 6-pound line. We are around some bigger fish, so I upscaled from 4 to 6. And I'm going to add a float onto our rig here today and do some drifting. We are here early in the morning. Air temperatures are in the high 60s, ideal for warm weather fishing. We're going to go ahead and drop out our first cast, give that a drift, fish our way down this faster ripples, see if we can pick up our first fish of the day. Fish on. That was a super cool bite. Our first bobber down of the morning. A beautiful rainbow trout. Got our first fish of the morning, a lively rainbow trout coming in at that 2-pound range. Going to remove our creek bug. We're going to get this fish back quickly. If you want to practice catching and releasing during these warmer months, you do want to take a quick photo, a quick look, maybe a quick measurement, and send your fish back. Although our water temperatures here are in the safe zone for catching and releasing, you don't want to stress those fish out any more than you have to, knowing the heat of the day is on the way. There's our first fish, that natural brown creek bug. During these warmer months, I do recommend getting out early in the morning, late in the afternoons, fishing for these fish when the sun isn't penetrating into the water. These fish will get active first thing in the morning for just a couple hours, then late in the afternoon right before dark. It's an ideal time to get out. It's more comfortable for the angler, more comfortable for the fish. Your catch and release rates do go way up. I wouldn't recommend doing any catching and releasing if your water temperatures are over 65 degrees, as those trout can get a little stressed out. Luckily here in Virginia, we have some cool water fisheries that we can catch and release pretty much all year long, including this stream here. So we're going to see what we can do about catching 6 fish. That is my goal. And I want to catch them before that sun gets up and it gets too hot. When it comes to my lure selection this time of year, I do like those more natural colors over those brighter colors. During the cool winter and spring months, those trout, they are more active. They are a cold water species. So those bright colors really get them going, get them chasing. During these warmer months, I like those natural colors. There's more insects jumping into the water. They really key in on that. More life coming up off the bottom. So I like to throw those more natural colors. Kind of slowly drift instead of popping and twitching through the water column, and oftentimes it will help get a few bites. There was a bite right there. Got him. Ooh, nice fish. That was super cool. Just talked about throwing these darker colors, and there we go, fish on. Very nice fish too, everyone. This is a whopper. Try to work him right over here into the shallower water so we can get into the net. I have to actually move down here. Don't want to play these fish for too long. Again, we don't want to stress them out too much. Can't really horse them into the net as you risk breaking them off. But you do want to get them into the net and released as quickly as possible. Now, if your water temperatures are over 65, between 65 and 70, I recommend just keeping any fish that you catch. It reduces the chance of that delayed mortality. You get a nice meal out of it, especially in waters that you know are going to exceed that 70-degree mark throughout the summer. Go ahead and keep those fish. Chances of them surviving the summer is very, very slim. This fish is a whopper. Let's see if we can slide her into the net. There we go. That is a 4+ pound fish. Our second fish of the day. Absolute whale. Just got done talking about why I like those natural colors. Big old fish. That fish may be pushing 5 pounds. But again, let's let it go quickly. We don't want to stress it out. And there it goes. Back in there happy and healthy to be enjoyed again. And again, we're throwing those natural colors. We're fishing it slowly. That is the key for success this time of year. All right, fresh creek bug rigged up. I'm going to continue to fish this upper end of this hole. If you look, we've got some ripples, some small rocks. And as that water comes over that, it's going to create some oxygen. So right here in the head of this run is going to be the most oxygenated water. It's where those fish are going to want to be, especially during the early mornings. They can feed, they can get plenty of rich oxygen. Just a perfect place to target those fish. As the day gets up and it gets warmer, they're going to get underneath these shaded areas like this tree right beside us where we caught our first fish. You can target those spots more heavily once that sun gets up. But for now, we're going to continue fishing through here, see if we can catch fish number 3. And if not, we're going to keep moving to some more productive areas and talk about why I'm fishing there. All right, sliding our way into the old bridge hole here, one of my favorites. I love fishing this faster current. There's a little bit of a channel. Right over there, we're going to drop that creek bug in. Let it drift on down. We're going to make several passes through here. This is a very high percentage location to find an active fish. We've still got some shade from the overhanging trees. There will be shade throughout the day created by the bridge. Of course, there's faster current, making that good oxygenated water. Just a premier place to catch a fish. Just seen something small jump over there. Not sure what that was. We're going to make several casts in here from the top of the run to the lower end to see if there's anybody around. There we go. That didn't take long. 3 or 4 casts and bam. High percentage location. And once again, I can't stress enough that it's best to get these fish into the net if you plan on releasing as quickly as possible and get it back in the water. Another beautiful, healthy rainbow trout. There we go. There is fish number 3 of our 6 fish we're looking for today. All right, let's let this little puppy go. Back in there strong. We'll take them, everyone. Fish on. Staying way back, away from the hole is another great tip for you guys. I was standing way back because I knew the water here was shallow. I wanted to get in this faster current and bounce that creek bug by without a float, nice and slow. We stayed way back as to not spook this fish. I had no clue this fish was even in here, but I knew that staying at a distance would up my odds of getting that bite. And sure enough, we managed to get one to bite. Smaller fish, but pound for pound, an absolute fighter. See if we can get him over here, get him into the net. Just another perfect rainbow trout. The fish here are so gorgeous. And there we go. Quick look. And back in it goes. Letting it swim out of the net, not just tossing it in. And there it goes. Another awesome tip for you guys. Stay back. Cast from a distance. Of course, that natural color. And that's what we did. Catch that one. We'll take it. Continue to work our way upstream. As we get into these slower pools, our presentation will have to slow down dramatically. So we may go back to that float. We may continue just to bottom bounce very, very softly. We're going to go ahead and move our way up into some slower water. Try to target some of these early morning summertime fish. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the float back on. My confidence goes way down in slow moving holes this time of year. Jigging, I really like to drift. Fishing very slow, casting well above where I think the fish are going to be, and then letting it float down to where I think they're going to be setting. And in this situation, I want to cast it way over there and let it drift down that furthest bank. Just like that. Oh, we got bit immediately. That fish was well ahead of where I thought it would be. I thought we would get our bite right about where that float is right now. Kind of messed up that cast. Got an instant bite with that float. Was nowhere even ready to set the hook. That's a fine example of what we're looking to do in slow moving water. There we go. Finally tricked one. That took quite a while, everyone. We went from the float to jigging, slow, fast. We missed several fish. I think what's going on here is these fish have plenty of time to look at the bait in the slower water, and they can choose to not eat. Where in that faster current, those lures are coming by much quicker, giving those fish just a split second to react. And they choose to feed rather than letting that meal go by. This is a very nice fish. We're just looking for one or two more, and we're going to call it a day. Get out of here before it gets hot, before the sun gets on this water and stresses these fish out. Beautiful fish. Hard fighter. There we go. Another beautiful fish. Not quite as big as our largest of the day, but a nice fish. By any means, barely skin hooked. Right in the corner of the mouth there. We could have easily lost this fish. Let's see if we can get that hook down into the net, safely away from this girl. And we're going to let her slide right on back out of the net here. Again, let these fish swim out of the net. Don't just kick them out. Watch them go. There we go. Beautiful release, beautiful catch. Managed to lose our creek bug. That wasn't a natural yet again. May pop on a black just to switch things up, but so far 1/64 ounce. Slowly fishing shaded areas, highly oxygenated, moving that lure slowly, early in the morning. All keys to success this time of year. fish on. Oh, this is a giant. This is a giant, everyone. Oh my goodness. This is what this creek is known for. Oh yeah. This is a huge fish. We've got it on something super near and dear to my heart. Hopefully we can land this fish, show you guys what this creek is known for, and show you guys something new coming in the very near future. Oh wow, this is a mega giant. I thought that was going to be our chance right there. Wow. Not the biggest fish I've caught here, but this one is probably pushing 8, 9 pounds maybe even. A true giant. Alright, this may be our chance right here. Oh, not quite. Our net's not quite big enough for one this big. We'll try to keep to our rule of getting them in the net as quickly as possible. This is a true giant, everyone. Oh. This fish has actually broken us off. We've barely got it in the net. Oh, there it goes. Well, wasn't able to show you guys, but we were able to get the quick release. We'll do some still shots of that fish. It broke us off, unfortunately. Took our little bitty lure with us, that 6-pound line and these roots. We are going to call it, but I'm going to go on ahead, hop into the tackle box. I'm going to show you guys what that fish ate. See if we can find one. There it is. That is a brand new NRV Baits Creek Bugs Mini. It will be out in the not so distant future. There it is by the original. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get that fish up here and show you. It did break our line clean off and swam away. Happy and healthy though for the next angler to enjoy. That fish may have even been 10 pounds. Our big old Downstream by Hellbender nets couldn't even get that fish in it. I held that fish there for a moment, let it swim off. I decided instead of fighting it up against these roots to show you guys, I would just let it swim off safely. What an awesome encounter that was with the true mega giant here at Eagle Ridge Outfitters. Those creek bugs are available. NRVBaits.com. Leave a link for this fishery down below. Give them a call, give it a try. You never know. That big one that just got away may be your next personal best. There we go. We got it into the net, but just barely. 10+ pound rainbow trout.